Rebecca Gordon. Welcome to the weekly Wednesday wrap-up. We have our special guest, Sissy Clark.
Hello.
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 Sissy and I are going to talk about bad agents, how to report them, some new changes with Anthem, and some touchy things to understand with qualifying for Medicare if you're younger.
Like the spouse.
Like this spouse.
Like the man is younger than the wife.
Stay tuned. All right, so this is a crazy story about how to report bad agents. You know, I've grown up in this business my whole life. When you hear about people doing bad things, it really ticks me off because this is the industry I want to protect. Mm-hmm. It feeds my family, all that good stuff. So this is crazy. So we have an agent who is on Medicare.
Right.
She gets a call from Medicare. She gets a call from someone who says, hey, I'm from Medicare. Is this a good time to go over your benefits? Now, our agent knows no one's going to be getting a call from Medicare.
Or Social Security.
Right. So she's like, what the heck? I'll just play along and find out what they say. The agent tries to go in, I think says what carriers they have, and then our agent is furious.
Hangs up,
calls us and says, what the heck can
I do?
Right. Because what the heck?
Yeah. So, report the agent to Medicare.
Well, it's just a crock because a lot of people think that they could be getting those phone calls and they're bogus phone calls, and it just so happened that a bogus phone call happened to an agent on Medicare.
I think the crazy thing, though, is the agent calling and saying that they're from Medicare.
Right.
That should never happen.
That's fraudulent.
That's fraudulent, yes. And can you imagine the poor clients? These poor clients out there,
they have no
getting
idea.
those phone calls, have no idea.
So what you need to do is really tell your clients, you will never get a call from Social Security. You will never get a call from Medicare. And if it happens in what we told our agent to do, file a complaint. File a complaint with Medicare, and then to all the carriers that
yes.
so-called agent said they were with. And let's try to get that person knocked out. Also, an investigation will start up because of the complaint, and they can pull call records and show that there was proof of violation. But
But Medicare will always listen to the client. They will always listen to the client.
That's right.
Number one.
Terrible, terrible, terrible. If you hear this stuff, encourage your clients. File a complaint. We have to protect our industry, and all it takes is like one bad apple to sour a bunch of people. So,
that's right.
Yuck. Alrighty. One thing that we would love for you guys to do, if you would consider, please, hitting the subscribe button to our show. We put out a lot of great information, great content weekly. We're constantly scouring what's going on in this great industry, and it's a very quick, easy way for you to stay up to date, as well as your entire team. So please, please, please do that. What do you have with Anthem?
Oh, Anthem's agent of record will be changing on March the 1st. So what does that mean? That means that in the past, the client would have to write a handwritten letter, handwritten letter to Anthem to get the agent of,
get a new agent?
The agent of record. So that still stands with the Medicare supplement. The Medicare Advantage, this gets a little messy and squirrely. So today, if you were an agent and you went on to the Anthem website, the client's already on a plan, and you do a plan change, the original agent, will remain the agent of record. Okay. March 1st, and I will say March 1st effective date, okay? If the agent goes on and does a plan change, that agent is now the agent of record.
So last one in wins?
Last one in wins, yes. Starting March 1st.
March 1st. Okay, I want us to take a look at Sylvia's TikTok. So look, if you have new people in your office, I really encourage you to subscribe to her TikTok channel. She is called Medicare Mama.
34,000 subscribers.
And I don't think they're all our mom. So she's crushing it out there in TikTok land. But she does a 1-minute training every day a nice little snap on Medicare, and it's a great way again to just stay on top of what's going on. So hey, let's check out her latest Medicare Mama video and just use this. This is free content. You can use this for all of your team to stay on top of what's going on. Roll 'em.
If you're drawing your Medicare and your Social Security benefits solely off the work history of your spouse, then your spouse has to be at the age where he is at least eligible, which is 62, before you are eligible, because your stuff's all tied in with his stuff. So there are quite a few women that have younger husbands. You're lucky because he's only 6 months younger, so that's not a big problem for you. But there's people that where he's 6 years younger, and you had to have those 10 years where you paid into Social Security before you qualify for Medicare, before you qualify for Social Security. So if you're doing it off his work history, you got to wait until he's at least eligible. Now, it really messes you up with Medicare, but on Social Security, it's not as big a problem.
All right, so super cool information. You know, I think this is super confusing, but it seems like the bottom line is this. Your older spouse, so you got two people and they're married. The older one hasn't worked the full 40 quarters, so they can't qualify until the younger one has turned
62 years old.
62 years old.
Yeah.
So,
I
wow.
know.
So there's a lot coming on, a lot coming off. But to be eligible, that younger one has to be at least 62.
62 years of age. That is
Correct?
correct. Yep.
Do we have anything else to cover?
Nope, I think we're good.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for the business, everybody. Good selling. Tune in to Medicare Mama. And please consider liking, loving, and sharing our show. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.